Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrudula, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Hyderabad, in MLR Institute of Technology. Today, I am going to discuss about a topic: what is a distribution board? What are the different types of distribution boards? Different types are like main breaker panel and main LUG panel, sub panels, and fuse boxes. What is a distribution board? A distribution board is also known as, here you can see, it is also called as panel board, circuit breaker panel, and electric panel, fuse box, or DB box. So, distribution box can be named with different names like panel board, circuit breaker, electrical panel, fuse box, as well as DB box. It is a component of electrical power supply. It is a component of electrical power supply that divides an electrical power fed into the subsidiary circuits. That is, the main circuit is being divided into different circuits, and these different circuits are being connected to an MCB which is being placed in the distribution box. So, this is while providing a protective fuse or circuit breaker. For each circuit in a common enclosure. Means different fuses and different circuit breakers are being connected for different circuits, and all these fuses and circuit breakers are being placed or enclosed in a common distribution box. What are the different types of distribution panels? See, here you can see different types of panels, like there are different types of distribution boards available for various settings, including the residential, commercial, and industrial applications. So, mainly the consumers are being divided into three categories, that is residential, commercial, and industrial applications. So, for all these three types of applications, we use different types of distribution boards. Like some of the distribution boards are, the first one is main distribution board, which is also called as MDB. The second one is sub distribution board, that is SDB. The third one is final distribution board, FDB. And fourth one is lighting distribution board, that is LDB. The last one is power distribution board, that is PDB. So, here you can see 5 different types of distribution boards which are used at different types of loads like residential, commercial, and industrial applications. The first one, MDB, that is main distribution board. It is found in commercial and industrial setups. It is mostly used in commercial and industrial setups. The MDB is the primary hub. It is the primary hub for distributing electricity from the main supply to the different circuits or different sub-distribution boards. You may have a main distribution board as well as sub-distribution boards. So, this main distribution board is being connected to different circuits as well as, or you can say for the sub-distribution board also. The second category is sub-distribution board, that is SDB. It is used in larger facilities or in multi-storied buildings. In multi-storied buildings, SDB, that is the sub-distribution board, receive power from the MDB, that is main distribution board, and distribute it to the specific areas or floors. For specific areas or floors, helping the streamline electrical management. Like for easy management of electricity, if it is a multi-storied building and each floor is having more number of circuits, so each floor is being connected to different sub distribution board. Each floor will be having, like if it is like 15-storied building, you will be having 15 SDB, that is sub distribution boards, and all these sub distribution boards are connected to the main distribution board. So as I said previously, the main distribution board is a combination of different circuits or the combination of different sub distribution boards also. So the third category is final distribution board. Final distribution board, which is also called as FDB. Common distribution board is common in residential settings. Common in residential settings, the FDB is directly connects to the appliances. They are connected directly to the appliances and end use equipment. It is the end use equipment providing the final layer of distribution and control over circuit breakers. Like means this is the final distribution board, which is mostly used in the residential settings, and FDP is directly connects to the appliances. Okay, there are no sub distribution boards here. They are directly connected to the appliances and it is the end use of the equipment. The next category is lighting distribution board, that is LDB. Lighting distribution board is designed specially for managing the lighting circuits. It is mainly designed for the lighting circuits. The LDB ensures a stable and dedicated power supply. A stable and dedicated power supply to all the lighting fixtures. Means we have different types of lighting systems and the lighting system mostly depends upon the area as well as the room where we are using. So for different lighting systems, you will be using the lighting distribution board. Here it is mostly designed for the lighting circuits. So the last category is power distribution board, that is PDB, power distribution board. Typically they are like heavy machinery which are used in industrial settings. PDB is mainly used for heavy machinery which are being used in industrial settings. The PDB delivers and controls the panel for large equipments, mostly featuring for high capacity circuit breakers, because in industries heavy machinery will be there, and for controlling this heavy machinery we need to connect a separate fuses or separate circuit breakers which are being placed in the power distribution board separately, mostly for the protection, because all these different circuit breakers or these distribution boards are mostly used for the maintenance as well as the safety purpose. So in a brief, I'll tell you again. The first one is main distribution board. First one is MDB, main distribution board, which is mostly used in commercial as well as industrial setups, which is mostly connected to different circuits or to the sub distribution boards. The second one, that is SDB, sub distribution board, is mostly used in larger facilities like larger buildings or multi-storied buildings. So SDB is used in multi-storied buildings, and each floor will be having a separate SDB which is being finally connected to the main distribution board. The third one is FDB, that is final distribution board. The final distribution board is mostly used in residential settings. First one used for industries. Second one used for multi-storied building. The third one is used for residential setting, and it is directly connected to the appliances, which is the end part of the appliances. Next is LDB, that is lighting distribution board. Lighting distribution board is mostly, the name itself indicates that it is used for lighting circuits, different types of lighting circuits used in different areas. The last one is power distribution board, which is the name itself, the power name itself indicates it is used for high power applications. The power itself indicates it is used for high power applications, that is for heavy machinery which is used in industrial area. So these are the different types of distribution boards. Different types of distribution panels. What are the different types? Here you can see different types like main distribution panel, main LUG panel, sub panels, as well as fuse boxes. So here you can see 4 different types of distribution panels. This is the first one, that is main breaker panel. This is the main breaker panel. See, like there are different types of panels, and each panel are unique, as well as they will be using for different applications, and based on the load, based on the application, we will decide which type of breaker needed to be used. So this is the main breaker panel. Here the main breaker panel mostly serves as the central distribution point. It serves as the central distribution point for electrical power in most of the buildings. It is used for most of the buildings, and it houses the main breaker. It houses the main breaker, that is the main breaker is being placed here, which controls the flow of electricity, from the utility to the entire electrical systems. That means from the utility to the entire electrical systems, it is connected to the main breaker. So this panel distribution power to various circuits, providing for safety, that is it is mostly used for safety purposes. As I told previously, it is used for safety purposes as well as for maintenance, and controls by allowing the main power supply to shut off if needed. That means we can shut off the supply whenever needed. Mostly we will be shutting off the supply when we need to do any repair works or maintenance works or cleaning works, and mostly if there is any problem in the system. So here you can see the small picture of a main breaker panel, where you can see different types of switches, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, different types of switches are there. Those switches can be on as well as off manually, so that we can shut off manually for the during the maintenance time. The next one, second one is main LUG panel. This is the main LUG panel, which distributes the power without a main breaker. This supplies the power without the main breaker. Unlike the main breaker, that is the previous type of a breaker, it relies on a upstream breaker. It relies on the upstream breaker for the power cutoff. Means this type of breaker is also used to switch off or shut down a system during the maintenance or for the safety purposes. So making it an ideal sub panel because it is not connected to the main breaker and it relies on the upstream breaker to cut off. It is an ideal sub panel in the areas like garages and outbuildings. Means this type of breaker is being used mostly in the garages as well as outbuildings. Here you can see the picture where you can see the switches here. By using these switches, we can shut off the or power shutdown can be done and power on can also be done. The third one is sub panel. Sub panel plays a crucial role in managing the circuit load as well as streamlining the wire and enabling different control of different zones within a building. Means within a building there will be different zones and different circuits will be connected. So for controlling each and every zone, we will be using these sub panels. By distributing power closer to the specific areas, they help to prevent overloads. Means the whole circuit, instead of connecting the whole circuit to a single panel, it is better to connect each circuit to a different sub panels, and these sub panels can be again connected to the main panel. In this manner, the maintenance is easy and it is easy to detect the fault location also. So it is easy to detect the fault location also when there are different sub circuits. So if there is any kind of maintenance or repair work, we can just shut down the sub panel only. Instead of shutting down the whole panel, the sub panels can be shut down and the repair works can be carried on. So, and it is also helped to prevent the overloading also on the main panel. So it is better to have sub panels instead of connecting the all the circuits to the main panel, which reduces the need of extensive wiring. That is, if we are using only main panel, from main panel only we have to do all the wiring to all the different sub circuits also. So this extensive wiring can be reduced by connecting the sub panels. It allows an easy circuit management also. And it is mostly used in the larger spaces when the number of circuits are more, and when it is used for larger spaces, mostly we will be using these sub panels, and all the sub panels are ultimately connected to the main panel. Okay, here you can see the picture of a sub panel. This is the main panel here, and this main panel is being connected to one of the sub panel. Here you can see only one sub panel, but practically we'll be having different sub panels, and all these sub panels are being connected to the main panel ultimately. So here you can see the main panel as well as sub panel. Here the main panel is having 200 amperes breaker used for sub panel. Here we are using 200 amperes of breaker for the sub panel. Here you can see different types of wiring codes. For the neutral we'll be using this white, and for the ground we'll be using the green here. Okay. So this main board is having a voltage of 240 volts, and this 6 gauge system is also having a voltage of 240 volts as well. So this is the picture for sub panel. The next category is fuse box. Fuse box is an older type. It is an older type of distribution panel that protect electrical circuits by using fuses. Instead of circuit breakers. That is, instead of using circuit breakers, previously we used the circuit breakers. Instead of circuit breakers, here we are using the fuses. When the circuit overloads, the fuse blows and the cutting of the power. Means like when the fuse blows, it becomes open circuited and current will not flow from the supply to the load to prevent the damage. So it will measure the current, and whenever the current limit crosses the maximum capacity of the fuse, it blows and the fuse will be open circuited. So there will be no connection between the supply. There will be no connection between the supply and the load. This is the fuse box. This is the load. This is the supply. So this is one of the picture of the fuse box where we can turn it on and off manually also. When the current increases the limit, the fuse automatically turns off, and once the repair work is done, we can switch it on manually. What are the different types of earthing system? This we are going to learn in the next lecture. Thank you.